Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Seaopolis Submerged server. And been a bunch of discoveries in just the last 24 hours, and let me explain. One, I went in here and I realized, yeah, I can turn off the ducks and the chickens because they're noisy. The second thing that I discovered is that this is full. So these guys are going to have to go, mainly because, excuse me, I'm talking here. Hey, they all have to go because they've done their goodness here. And hey, you Darkwing, thank you. I think there's one more chicken. I only recall seeing one. Anyway, I've got a pair of chickens over there. I have plenty here. I don't need more. Let me pull that out. So yeah, having too many creatures running around just causes tick on the server. So, get rid of them as you can. These guys I've been breeding up and then slaughtering so that I can get more meat for food. And then when I'm done, I'm going to get rid of all of them. I've got the summoning block and I can do that. So I don't need to keep them around. So that's the second discovery. That that I was full. Third discovery was warp pipes, and I think it was last night. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was no, not there. Here, Smash, I think, who mentioned that with warp pipes, you can just bind them. And then as you crouch on them, you zip back and forth. And I was thinking, no more ladders, which is fantastic. Oh, so very nice. So that I've got brown ones, I've got gray ones. What else do I have? If I look at my seafloor goodness, brown, magenta. I've got some magenta ones. And if I look at B in my backpack, there's some more magenta. Now, to make them work, you need this pipe wrench. And that's just copper and a bit of iron. Not all that expensive. So to make them happen, you need to place them down, and then you crouch click with this one and crouch click that one. And now they're bound together. So if I jump up on here and crouch, and if I try to do it too soon, oh, that one took me back instantly. I thought I needed to actually rebind this to here. Interesting. All right, so just binding the two together is a two-way trip. And it looks like it's about a 4 or 5 second delay between the two. But this is going to make the base so much easier, especially since I want to have a second floor for some of the things. I think that just feels good, which brings me to the fourth thing that I discovered. This base is not going to do it. It's just way too small. I've already discovered that these animals here are just blocking up this entire area. It's a problem. So I'm going to have to make a new base, which is okay because it's pretty easy to make stuff. In fact, I've got a key. This is a corridor 3 key. And what I'm thinking of doing is punching out this direction and then making, here, let's just go. So 3x3s. Anyway, I was saying that punching out this direction and then making a much bigger base, because this is a 3x3 of these 9x9 rooms. 5x5, maybe 7x7, because me and odds. I like odds much better than the evens. I'm not exactly sure how big it's going to be over there, but I'm looking at things down the road and I'm going, if this automation just for gravel and sand and dust, it takes up this much space, I'm going to need so much room for the later stuff where I automate stuff. Oh yeah, they're all filled. Really, really happy with this. This is fantastic. Which made me think, okay, I need so much more room for so much more automation. And this just isn't going to do it. Especially not the 2 highs, as much as I like them. I think I need to do 3 highs just to get the room. And it's not like it's going to be hard. It's just going to cost me bones. I've got plenty. In fact, with this row right here, I've got an entire row. I've got 9 stacks of these bone blocks. So building big is not going to be hard. It's just going to take a little bit. And then I've got to take everything out of here, put it over there. But the good news is I can set up warp pipes just to make getting back and forth a little bit faster, which is going to be very nice. And you can stop laying eggs. I don't need eggs from you. Would you make a corridor for me? How about another base? And now I am armed with 49 keys, which is enough to do a 7x7. Initially, I made 25, and I thought 5x5, that's pretty good. But then I said, you know, I might as well make 7x7 just to sit there and have plenty of space. So let's go ahead and do this. I've got this here. Boom. So this will do my tall room. And then if I go this way, 3, and then that way, 3, that will give me the full 7 this direction. So 1, a 2, and a 3. All right. And then this is going to be big because that right there is bigger than what I already have because it's just a 3x3 and that's 4 down. So yeah, this is going to be monstrously huge. But that's okay. I think this will give me lots of room to expand and automate and do all sorts of things. Maybe 25 by 20, 25 total, 5x5 would have been sufficient, but I'm going for 27 or 747. So 49. Yes, we're doing the 7x7. This is gonna be big. And the last one. There we go. It's huge. It is huge. Now, since I went back and forth, there's no easy way to just go straight through. I'm gonna have to break these down, and which is okay considering. Actually, I can just go like this, because I'm gonna have to go through and clear out this inner structure. I want to have an open space so I can do work. Which means, I'm going to have to take down a lot of this. I also want to sit there and make the keys that get rid of these block key bits so that I can replace them with glass. So I have, see, I can't break these. So I can replace them with glass so I have lights down here at the ground floor, because I don't want to have any mob spawning. That would be bad. But yeah, this is this is huge. This is gonna be a little bit of work to chew all this down, but not excessively so, because I can vein mine once I disconnect them from the rest of the pieces. It's about a day later, and I have been busy here cleaning out all the inner structures and then adding some decorations just because, the plain light blue was just boring. So I've gone with a palette here of the cyan with the light blue and a little bit of white, non-brick actually. And the thing that's really been interesting is every place where the keyhole things were in the floor, I replaced with a luminous glass, and then in between them, I also put luminous glass, so everything's well lit up. This light blue here, right next to the luminous glass, has a different color to it because of the light, and you can see it right here too, but it's almost like I've got a slightly different brick here. I like it. Anyway, so I've been playing with making the rows different. So this outer 9x9 section has this pattern in it, and the inner one has that pattern in it, and then this inner section here, this 3x3, I did kind of a Elder Guardian-y sort of star thing. And then I've got this little bit of magenta here, only because I had a magenta warp pipe on me. And I also decided to add an area up above. So here, let's jump up there real quick. And so, yeah, I decided to make something for fun. I discovered, because that's the air above that layer there, and I had the luminous glass, and phantoms still spawned. So luminous glass does not stop phantoms from spawning, and they actually spawned in this room here, which was not good. You can see the leftover sand here where I went through and cleaned out all the water. I still need to do this little piece. Figured I'd leave that just a little bit so you could see how I was going along. Also went ahead and planted lots and lots of kelp all around the outside just to kind of make it so I don't see the rest of the bits in here. And then I like the luminous glass so I can look down and see what's going on down here. You can see where I still need to finish my pattern around the outer part. It's been going, it's been loads of fun. Let's go down. One of the things that I first decided, yeah, I needed the stripes. And then I said, okay, these two outer rings will have the cyan stone there to kind of separate them from the rest in the center area here. And then I decided, well, since they go off to the edge, why don't I bring them up? And then why don't I have a border? Okay. And then I decided to do the white stone for another border in there, just to add some difference. And I like it. And then I said, well, what if I add little cross pieces here in brick? And that's not bad. But I like this pattern better, where the center one here has 3, and then there's the 1, and then 2, and then the 1. So you can almost see a line going up and then going down. It's just a small little change. I like it. And the last thing that I'm doing right now is I'm going to put another ring of the cyan stone all around up here at the top. And then comes the question, do I want to sit there and put a border on these? These are the roof toppers. And I kind of liked what they did. I was over at Torgal's base and I saw he had done that to his, and I said, ooh. And then he had put the luminous glass in there, and I like that just to keep it from getting too dark. So this is a monster huge area. It is just huge. And I still have some things I want to do. The easiest thing, because it's in the water, is I can sit there and swap them out while in the water. And my backpack is helping me. In fact, if I hit B for backpack, I've got the magnet upgrade and the crafting upgrade. So I can sit there and go like this, craft stuff that I want, mostly additional stone pickaxes. And then I've also got the magnet where I can pick things up, which has been very, very nice. Oh, and that's why there's all this random crap in my backpack, because I went and raided a few of the outposts and whatnot. And I still haven't cleaned up my backpack. So once I finish this area, so I'm going to finish that. I'm going to finish the decorations. This right here was a way for me to get up into the area above, because I can just swim up the water. Now that I've got the warp pipe, I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to clean that all out and get rid of that. And it's just kind of fun being able to see that. And if I go from here, let's go home. There we go. Type it right. If I look at it from a distance, I kind of like how it looks. Let's swim. There we go. Looking at it from a distance, that's kind of a fun setup. I kind of like how it looks. I will keep these key pieces here just because if I'm going to do additional pieces off, I may keep that. I'm not sure if I want to tear this down or leave it in place. If I'm doing something with mobs, I may have them over here. I may if I do any of the passive mob stuff, I may keep those wither killers and stuff like that, just kind of away from my main base. And then I've got a conduit there. That's the original one. And I set up another conduit there. So it's centered on this big building, which makes doing the work up here so much easier. In fact, I've got this. Let's put that on my offhand, because then I can come along here and say, all right, let's mine this. And then put it in with just right click with my offhand and put more brick in place. It's we've got a bunch of people on the server right now. The server's getting a little bit laggy. I'm not sure exactly what is causing all the problems, but only 7 people on the server right now. But I think if somebody's doing some exploring, that will definitely cause chunk loading issues, and so that, yeah, problems with that. But I'm kind of liking it. It's way bigger than I thought it was. I probably could have done a 5x5 and been fine, but it's a 7x7. It's huge. Now, for all those people who've been champing at the bit and typing in the comments, but Grok, what about the spray cans? Let me explain something for you. Shut up. All right. No, it wasn't until all of a sudden I decided I had to do these extra bits that I said, I don't want to do them by hand. And I said, okay, let me grab a spray can. And yes, you can do one corner, another corner, and do everything in between, which is how I did all of those and these little bits here, because it was so much easier, especially since I didn't want water pouring down on me and all the non-fun that is. So yes, spray cans are really well worth it if you've got to do the decoration stuff that I'm doing because I'm crazy. Anyway, the base is now decorated, so let's come on down and not punch the bottom one. So yeah, I decided I did like that trim once I did one, and then I decided I didn't want to pillar up like that anymore, and did the spray can routine. This is my 4th cyan spray can, or maybe 5th. I don't remember. One thing though that I did try, because I got the white to finish doing those because I was lazy, and nope, that's cyan. I already did that. Now I've got for me a white colored sapling, which is one of the colors that I'm really wanting to grab. And eventually I'd like to get all 16 colors, but right now this is just freaking huge. I'm really thinking a 5x5 would have been sufficient. One thing I did do over here, let's go. Oop. I moved over my dust, sand, and gravel making apparatus over to here and condensed it just a little bit more. Because of the space, I had 2 extra locations over there, 2 extra blank spaces in here, just to make it a little easier to get around. This is as tight as I think I can get it. The reason why I'm using these wooden hoppers here is because otherwise these basic inventory hoppers would have to be pointing into these, and to make that work, I would need to have the connector on top pointing out. It would make this 3 blocks bigger horizontally, and I said, nah, I don't need that. Plus, I do kind of like how there's a single bamboo mesh lurking in here. Makes it a little bit easier to access. Do you like my floor? I like that idea. I can make lots of it, and I just have to watch about not falling over on this end. Although I've got plenty of hearts. That shouldn't be an issue. All right, so that's done. That's coming over here. I did this. I removed the keys from that spot and this one. This one left me a hole, and that one replaced with the brick. And I don't know the difference, other maybe if you're closer or not. But this is an easy way for me to get out into the water. And then if I'm coming back without doing the home command, I can do that, and it automatically closes because I wasn't born in a barn. So so that works out really nicely. And then the last thing I need to do is, I was thinking, okay, how do I set things up? That looks so lonely way over there, but I think I may actually move that in a little bit more and just kind of build things on the outer rim, and then just have industrial stuff on the 5x5 inside. I'm still torn. I don't know. It took a while to move all that, and it's not hard. It's just fiddly. The next thing I want to do is figure out, okay, where am I going to put all my storage? And I think, and I like using these luminous glass because they're easy to break, and you keep them back. Plus, they light up things. I'm thinking this is where I'm going to put my drawer controller, so that I want to be able to just kind of right click and put everything away if I want. The other question though is, how do I do this? And I decided to go underneath and connect to these sections. This right here is already framed trim with the blocks on it, and this right here is the cobble idea I put down first. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I probably will keep that as the glass, just so that it's bright, and that gives me 4 high by 4, so that's 8 And so that's 64 of the drawers that I could see internally. And then if I really want to, I could put more on the outside. Don't know, but for beginning right now, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, hey, we can go upstairs and show off a little bit of the work that I did here. This is the matter fabricating section, plus a lot of components that I've already got. Tree and the mulch grower. This is the chopper. There's the drying rack and sagging rack. This is my bulk smeltery stuff, and it's. Are you done with the? Nope, it's almost done. I snagged out a bunch of bamboo to do some other things. And it's a nice source of bamboo. A little nap over there if I want to get rid of the storms and whatnot. And yeah, this is the base. And it's too big. It's rare for me to say that, but yes, this is way bigger than I think I actually need. But that's okay. So, I learned. But yeah, 7x7, it's huge. Took a while to clean out the inside, but that was a fun thing to do while watching other stuff on the side. I'm liking it. Now comes the least favorite part, which is coming over here and moving everything out. And some stuff has already been moved out. So many meshes here. This one I just converted through and just smelted the last of my kelp. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of that. Although it does make a really good fuel, but I think I'm going to be progressing past that fairly fast. All my eroding stuff is over there, so I don't know if I need a standalone eroding setup. This was my purifying, and I don't even have purifying water yet, so I don't think I need that. Yeah, I just need to move everything from here. All my metals, all my precious loot, all the funky, weird treasure stuff I have from up here. All that needs to go. And here's my door that I was going to set up and make this my room for storage. And I wanted to be able to see the tree out there, so I was going to put the storage around this side. And then I got the burr up my butt and decided to make a way bigger base. Um, it happens. It happens. Oh, let's drop down here. So, yeah, a few things like, do I really want to keep this? Probably. I can bring back a few animals so I have some food items on hand. Although, until I actually need more pork and more mutton, and I don't think I really need that. I may move all the crop stuff, and then this could be mobs. I don't know. Yeah, this is so big. I've got a little bit of that analysis paralysis of what to do, where, and when. I have an idea of what to do with this, in that I could start processing all the gravel. Well, I could turn the gravel into the gravelly mulch and then start using either bone or copper meshes to make for me copper and tin, and I'd get some other stuff on that. But I'm trying to remember what sand. I don't think sand, but I'm just sitting there thinking I could start producing the setups down here that would grind through all of this, so that I don't just have the raw materials up here. I've got all the end products as well, which means probably a lot more crafters, definitely lots of storage spaces. But do I keep them over here? Do I hook them over there? What do I do with the Tom's inventory stuff? Probably run cables underneath just so I don't see them up here. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm paralyzed with options, and part of it is because that's just so freaking huge. But that's my own mistake. Oh, do you ever wake up and feel like you get something in your eye? Yeah, I do. It's one of the hats from killing some creatures. I got several hat bags, and that's one of my hats. The rock eye. Yeah, you get that little something in my eye. It's a little really itchy. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer, building too big here on the FTOG Seaopolis Submerged server, and having a blast doing it. And thanks for watching. Bye. Now I need some Visine for my eye.